It is a glorious Sunday afternoon, the 10th of September 2023, so I decided to just go out for a little poodle on the mighty GSX1400. So if you're interested in coming along, and we'll have a little chat, keep watching. Alright then, lovers of budget cars and bikes, welcome back to the channel and to another, just a small quick Sunday afternoon bimble ride video as it were on the GSX1400. I'm hoping you've seen the other two videos we've done on that. If not, they're in the playlist. I dare say I've already made a playlist for the GSX by now. The initial walk around, a quick kind of ride and first impressions ride as it were. And today is just a little ride out to see where the mood takes us. I might pop into Plymouth. I mean, I need to get some petrol anyway, so I just figured, well, if I'm going to do that, I may as well take you guys along with me. Hopefully today will be slightly better than yesterday when it comes to bloody tourist traffic, because the first 10 days of September have been pretty spectacular weather-wise, and every tourist in the world, I think, has come to Cornwall, of course. And when I went out the other day, it was just brain-numbingly boring, doing 30 miles an hour everywhere, as you can imagine. As it's Sunday, we'll have a better chance of less traffic, although there is a possibility of a little rain maybe, so we're going to try to avoid that if we can, of course. So, thoughts on the GSX1400 since our last video? I'm still loving it. I'm still absolutely besotted with it. It's just me all over this bike. It's big, it's old, it's grunty, it doesn't pretend to be anything it's not, it just does its job, looks good, and puts a smile on my face, which I don't think you can ask for much more from a motorcycle, really. If you've been a subscriber for a while, you know we've covered a lot of motorcycles on the channel now. Everything from super fast Ducatis to little 750 90s banger bikes that needed work, and everything in between, plus cars of course. So I know my way around bikes. I mean, I've been biking since I was, crikey, 17, and I'm 57 in a couple of months. So you do the math, that's nearly 40 years I've been on a bike. So I've had a lot, as I said, and a lot that I haven't actually covered on the channel, of course, because when I first started riding there wasn't even any internet, so yeah, there is that. But this takes me back to my kind of younger days, as it were, you know, big muscle bikes, and I think that kind of reminiscence, that romantic memory, as it were, of being young and having a huge big bike and all the rest of it, and I think that's pretty much why I love these big old muscle bikes. And as you know, we've had all four now: the ZRX12, the XJR13, the CB13, and two of the GSX1400s. And I keep coming back to the GSX. It's my favourite. I mean, I think the Honda CB1300 is a better planted bike, if that makes sense, in the respect that you know, it corners better, it seems to handle better, and it looks amazing. But I just prefer the GSX personally. Anyway, we're going to jump on the A38 to Saltash, get some petrol, because I put in the proper petrol, not that nasty crap that they give us these days. I'm going to go to the Shell garage and get some super Shell mega fuel, whatever that is, and we'll catch up there. So one thing I always forget about wearing a lighter jacket on a motorcycle: when you go on the motorway, the jacket can tend to slap against your nipples, which I'm sure some people might like, but it's not my cup of tea. So as I was saying, on the motorway, yeah, piece of cake. 3,000 revs, 70 miles an hour. You do it all day pretty much. So we're almost full of the proper job Shell petrol now, because we've got to protect our bikes these days from that crap that the Arabs keep trying to sell us. And we'll take a little mosey on down to St Austell, I think, maybe Park Market, something like that. Talking about motorway riding per se on an older bike like this, it's really weird actually, because it's obviously coming off of the Ducati Multistrada, which was such a technologically advanced bike that had every kind of sensor on there you could imagine. You look down and you're looking for the outside temperature, and you're looking for your oil temperature and any light that might be on the dash on your Multistrada. With a big old muscle bike like this, there's literally nothing to see unless the big red F1 light comes on in the centre of your dash. I mean, there are literally 6 lights up there, 2 of which are indicators. And then you've got your oil light, your F1 light, your neutral light, and your high beam light. So that's really all you can judge what's going on with your bike by. And as I said, unless the F1 light comes on, you're pretty golden, I think. And it takes away from having to constantly look at your dash, because I did do that on the Multistrada. I was always looking to see if everything was as it should be, you know, and that kind of distraction I'm sure can be quite dangerous. But with this, you just go in, unless something big and red flashes right in front of you, you're good. And it does make a glorious noise as well. But again, as for me, the only thing I would do is possibly get some grip puppies to the handlebars, because I'm not a massive fan of motorway riding on an inline four just because of the vibrations. That's not to say the bike is vibrational, it's just I prefer a triple or a V-twin when it comes to longer rides, because obviously they're lower geared and they run differently, and you know, you can cruise at 2,500 revs just burbling along. Even though this is a 1.4 litre engine, of course, let's not forget that. But yeah, what a glorious day to be alive. You're out on a beautiful GSX 1400, the sun's shining, you're in Cornwall. What's not to love? Am I going to sell it? That's the big question you must be asking yourself. Of course, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know I do tend to move my bikes quite a lot. But as I said, it's the 10th of September, and I've got no plans to sell it. I mean, I know I've said that before, but I really don't have any plans to sell this. I've waited to get another GSX for so long that I think it would be stupid. Prices haven't gone down and they haven't really gone up. They've been very, very static. A little bit like Harley Davidson prices, in the respect that what you paid 3 years ago, you'll probably still pay today. So that's a good thing. From a resale point of view, if in a year's time I say, well, okay, I want to change, or even in 6 months, you know me, I'll still get my money back, because this is worth $4.5 grand to anybody all day long, purely because of the condition, the beautiful wheels, the mileage, etc, etc. So, you know, put this up in spring for 4,995, something like that, take 4.5, you'd be happy. I'd make a couple of £100, and I'd have really owned a GSX 1400, not just had one as a Part X deal that I liked. I can honestly say that I've owned one properly and used it in anger almost. As I've said in past videos, I may do the brakes over the winter, I may strip those back and respray the calipers, I may not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, it's just the aesthetics really. Although, as I've said, the front brake is a little bit spongy, and I'd like to get to the bottom of that, because I've bled it several times and it hasn't gotten rid of it, and I've been told it's possibly the master cylinder seal, so I've got a set of those I bought anyway on a special eBay deal, so we'll see. I don't think personally changing the pads is going to make any difference, but I think possibly servicing the calipers and doing the master cylinder seals, that might make a difference. I mean, you never know, I might take the calipers off and find out that the seals on them need replacing, but there is a receipt that those were actually refurbished 5,000 miles ago, so I'd be surprised if I'm honest. Anyway, enough waffle, let's get on it and get down to St Austell. So we have pretty much hit St Austell now. We're going to go the back road into Palm Market, because I do like it there. Stop and have a coffee, that kind of good stuff. But yeah, that's been a very quick Sunday ride out on the GSX 1400. As for channel news, well, you may have noticed over the last few weeks we have been only uploading once every 2, maybe even 3 weeks. Whereas before I was uploading every single Saturday morning religiously, now I'm tending to upload every 2 weeks at best. Why is that, you may ask? Well, I decided to obviously initially do a weekly upload in order to try and kind of progress the channel, as it were, you know, get some more subscribers, because I want more of you lovely buggers to join, and to obviously try to make a little bit more money out of YouTube. So, you know, I've tried everything from adding music, and then I got some complaints about the music, so I took away the music, you know, just background music, that kind of stuff. I added in links and other videos and playlists, and I spend a lot of time, believe it or not, editing my videos just to make them seem more professional, that kind of good stuff. And I'm not actually getting any more subscribers, likes, views, etc. than I was when I was doing this in the beginning 2 years ago, and all I was doing was literally just making the video, and ahhing all over the place, not bothering to add anything, no subscribe buttons, no nothing, basically, no animations, no intro, no outro, and I was getting the same kind of subscriber count, and I was making the same kind of money. I mean, believe it or not, I make, I would think somewhere like 60 quid a month. I kid you not, 60 quid a month, 2 quid a day I make out of YouTube. So I'm not doing it for the money, trust me. So it just suddenly seemed to me, well, hold on a minute, if I'm going to be going through all this effort to make these videos, not so much to make them, but to edit them down and make sure I do it every single Saturday, try to make sure the content's new and interesting for you guys, which I'm still trying to do. It's just, you know, all the time it takes sitting on a laptop editing all this stuff, it eats into your day, you know. So I just thought, right, screw it, go back to what I was doing before, just make a very, what I would like to think is interesting video for you guys, and just slap it on every couple of weeks, let you know what I'm up to, that kind of stuff. Hope that makes sense, because all my hard work seemed to be for nothing. As I said, 2 quid a day, it's not even going to buy me a pint of lager, is it? But I do still enjoy it. But obviously making videos, not so much on the bike's easy enough, because you just literally load it up and off you go. But making videos, tutorials, shall we say, about salvage cars, that kind of stuff, you know, and having to set the tripod up, and film everything I'm doing and make sure you guys can see everything I'm doing. It's a hell of a faff, if I'm honest, for £2 a bloody day. But I do like to educate, and I do learn myself every time I do it, obviously. But I'm not going to bust my balls about it anymore. I'm not going to kind of look at my subscribers and think, oh my god, I'm only getting 70, 80 subscribers a month and I'm doing all this work. I'm just going to take it easy, basically. Upload once every fortnight, something like that. Plus, if I'm honest, I'm beginning to run out of content, because I've normally got at least 5 or 6 videos in the chamber, as it were, waiting to be edited, ready to go. And if I do one a week, I mean, that's literally a month's worth, and then I've got to think, Christ, I've got no content for you guys. So I'm going to do it once a fortnight, maybe even once every 3 weeks if I start running really low on content, because winter's coming up, of course. But I'm not going to close down the channel. I'm not going to get too despondent. I mean, I'm never going to be somebody like the Messedham Flyer or Lamb Chop Rides. I'm never going to be 100,000 subscribers, am I? The bizarre thing is, you see some channels who've got literally maybe 2,000 subscribers, and they get more views on a crappy video about something like the new ULEZ challenge in London. When you think, well, hold on a minute, I've just taught everybody how to fix a bloody Vauxhall Corsa in a half-an-hour video, and somebody making a video about something that everybody's seen on the news, a 3-minute video about that, is getting more views than me, and I've got 5 times the subscribers they have. How does that even work? And if all my subscribers watched all my videos, I'd be a very happy boy, because I've got 9,200 subscribers, and if I'm lucky, I get maybe, in the first week, I might get 1,000 views on a new video. So you think, well, where's the other 8,000 of you? Where are you? What are you doing? Anyway, this is Par Market. I'm going to film us going in. There should be, as you can see, a few motorcycles in there, a few Harleys by the looks of things. They've all turned up. So we're going to take a little spin around the car park, and then I'll quickly show you the bike, and then we are done for this little Sunday ride. I'm not going to wait for you, mister, because I don't have to. In fact, I'm going to be super cheeky and get right in front of that little Ford KA as well, because I'm on a bike and I'm hard. We've just hit the 21,000 miles mark as well, so there's a little milestone. The bike has now covered 21,009 miles. So as I said, Par Market, great place if you're in the area. It's like a better version really of Trago Mills, but you do often get bikers down here on a Sunday as well. So if you're in the area, you fancy grabbing yourself some bargain pants and socks, or having something to eat, and you're on a bike even, as you can see, you get a few of them here. But this looks like a Harley club that suddenly turned up by the looks of things. So I'm going to park over here because I want to check out a couple of these Harleys. Right, there's something that clacks at the front of this bloody bike as well. All the time, it's like a bit of plastic. I've got to find out what that is. Right, let's just jump off. I'll quickly show you the bike. Like so. Look at all these lovely Harleys. And there's the GSX, the big 1400. I'm sure you've seen it before many times now. But that is it. I sound like I've got a bloody cold now. I don't know where that's come from. But that's the GSX. We have been out on a Sunday. This has been Budget Cars and Bikes. I hope you enjoyed the video. Look out for some more content as well over the winter months, because as I said, I'm not planning to sell this. But we will have other stuff as well, other content coming. Of course, we'll do some cars. We might even buy another winter project bike. But that has been it. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. It really means the world to me. It only takes you a second just to click that subscribe button. Give the video a like, a share, and a thumbs up, all that kind of good stuff, and we'll catch up in a couple of weeks. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, ride safe.